Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Vietnamese ebook before it's gone. Today's topic is how to speak more of your target language, specificity, and can-do checklists. How much of your target language can you speak right now? If your answer is not much, there is a way to speak more, even if you're learning on your own. In this episode, you'll discover 1. How specific goals can get you speaking more, and 2. How you can apply this learning tactic with our learning program or any other resource. But first, listen up. Here are this month's new lessons and resources. First, the Going Sightseeing Conversation Cheat Sheet. What country or city would you like to visit? With this PDF cheat sheet, you'll be able to talk about where you want to go, and you'll master all the common words and phrases for sightseeing. Second, the Most Common Nouns PDF ebook. You'll master over 90 common nouns with this bonus PDF picture ebook. You can download and review on any device. Third, can you talk about hairstyles? Would you be able to get a haircut in your target language? If not, then this 1-minute lesson is just what you need. Fourth, phrases to use with your doctor. I have an appointment. I don't feel well. My throat hurts. You'll learn how to say these phrases and much more. Fifth, can you talk about books in your target language? Learn how to say novel, author, thriller, and much more with this quick vocab bonus. To get your free resources, click the link in the description below right now. They're yours to keep forever. Okay, let's jump into today's topic. How to speak more of your target language, specificity and can-do checklists. Every learner wants to speak more in their target language, and yet speaking is almost always the weakest skill for most learners. So, how do you fix this? How do you speak more? Keep watching. These tips will apply to solo learners and those with a conversation partner. First, let's put language learning aside. Let's say you wanted to speak more about a certain topic in your native language. What would that depend on? The length of that conversation depends on how much you know about that topic, right? If you don't know much, that conversation won't last long. If you know a lot, you could go on for hours. It's the same with language learning. The more words and phrases you know around a certain topic, the more you can speak. It's a top-down approach. Pick a topic, for example, weather, and work your way down. Learn the relevant words, phrases, and questions for that topic. For example, what's the weather like? It's nice weather. It's sunny. It's windy. I like sunny weather. I don't like rain. The more lines you come up with, the more you'll be able to talk about the weather in your target language. The point is, if you want to speak more, you should start with a specific topic. Sounds obvious, right? So why don't most learners do this? Most learners don't do this because they're just passively following a learning resource without going after what they specifically want. It's much easier to follow a textbook than to stop, think about what you want to talk about, and go off in that direction. Of course, you should keep using your textbook or other existing resource. You can do both. Follow a resource and pursue specific topics. But here are a few reasons why this tactic is so powerful. First, specific goals always beat vague goals. For example, between setting goals like, I want to save money, and I want to save $50, you're more likely to succeed with the $50 goal. But because you have a specific number to look for and measure, you won't stop until that $0 becomes $10, then $20, and then $50. Same with language learning. Between, I want to learn more words, and I want to learn 20 words, you'll do much better with the specific goal. Second, you get to speak more sooner. You can go try the general approach of learning the 2,000 most common words, but that will take a long time and it won't get you speaking any faster. But if you pick a specific topic and get all the words and phrases for it, you'll be much better off. 3. So you know what to focus on. Again, knowing what to focus on helps you learn and progress faster. Otherwise, if you're just going through a textbook with no specific goal in mind, you'll spend months on learning a language and never see any real progress. So remember, the more specific you are with what you want, the more likely you'll get it, because you'll know exactly what you're looking for. This is why we tell you to set small, measurable, meaning specific, monthly goals. Now, what kind of topics should you pick? That depends on you and your hobbies and interests. You can also start with common topics, like talking about yourself, your family, the weather, or your weekend plans. But to make it easy for you, here's what you can do. 1. Download our free PDF conversation task list. Pick a topic to start with, for example, talking about your family. Then, take lessons inside our learning program based on that topic. You'll learn practical conversations that you can use in real life. And as a result, you'll be able to talk more about your family. 2. Take 5 or 10 minutes and write out other lines that you'd want to use, either in that conversation or questions that someone may ask you, and get them translated with the help of our Premium Plus teacher. 3. Come up with your own topics that are interesting to you. Then repeat step 2. Come up with all the phrases, questions, and answers that could come up in that conversation. Write them out and get them translated with your Premium Plus teacher, or translate them with a translation software. You could try this, and it might not be perfect, but it could help you start and get you speaking a little bit more of your target language. The goal here is to be able to talk more about a specific topic, and as a result, speak more of your target language. So thank you for watching this episode of Monthly Review. Next time, we'll talk about what's your real reason for learning a language? If you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. And if you're ready to finally learn language the fast, fun, and easy way and start speaking from your very first lesson, get our complete learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account right now. Click the link in the description. See you next time. Bye! If you're learning a new language, there will be times when you'll struggle with the lesson, when you won't fully understand what you've learned, when you'll be in a rut, or when you just won't feel like you're making any progress. And that's totally normal. In this video, you'll learn what to do if you're not learning and how to overcome language learning struggles. Let's begin. Number 1, understand the mindset of a successful learner. Some learners are more successful than others. A key difference between successful learners and less successful learners is in the way they approach problems. Some learners rely completely on a learning program. If there's a grammar rule or word they don't understand, they get frustrated and blame the program. They don't look for solutions. Successful learners approach problems a little differently. If they encounter a problem, they look for a solution or ask for help instead of getting frustrated. You may feel frustrated at times, especially if you're a beginner, but how you choose to react will make all the difference. Number 2, set small, measurable, realistic goals with a deadline. Most learners fail because they set big, vague goals, like, I want to be fluent. When they realize they have no idea how to do that, they lose motivation and quit. The solution to this? Set small, measurable, realistic goals with a deadline. For example, finish 10 audio lessons by the end of this week. Learn 20 words by the end of this week. Speak 1 minute of conversation by the end of this month. Listen to lessons for just 5 minutes a day, every day this month. Now your goals are small and realistic enough to accomplish. They're specific and measurable, so you know when you reach them, and the deadline gives you a finish line. For example, either you learned all 20 words by Friday or you didn't. When you reach your goal, you gain a ton of confidence. This improves your chances of reaching your next goal because you've had experience reaching a goal and you understand the things you need to do to be successful. Number 3, read along with the lesson notes and lesson transcripts. Now, what if you're doing a lesson but you can't catch a word? Take advantage of the lesson notes and lesson transcripts and read along with the lesson. The lesson notes give you in-depth grammar and vocabulary explanations that are not available in the lesson. And the lesson notes give you the word-for-word transcript of everything said in the lesson. So if you want to pick up every word, read the transcript. Number 4, review, because repetition is the mother of all learning. If you're struggling with a particular word, grammar rule, or lesson, be sure to repeat and review it a few times. And then, come back a few days later and review it again. This same principle is used in our spaced repetition flashcards. The system quizzes you on words, then re-quizzes you in 3 days, then in 6 days, and so on. until the word gets embedded in your long-term memory. Some things you can do right now are download the lesson and lesson notes, save the words to your word bank, or even write down the words or grammar rules. Then come back to review them later. Number 5. Reach out to our teachers and ask questions. If you're a Premium Plus member, you can easily get in touch with your teacher and get all of your points of confusion cleared up. Or you can always leave a comment on our lessons, and our teachers will get back to you. Remember, you're not alone. If you're struggling with a lesson, you can always get in touch with us. Number 6. Take a break and go do something else. Another thing you can do is take a break and do something else that doesn't require much thinking. There's a reason our best ideas come while in the shower or while taking a walk. While you're on a break, your brain is more relaxed and starts making connections that you couldn't see when you were focused and stressed out. It's also why coming back to review things with a fresh mind can help you better understand the lessons you've taken. Number 7. Downgrade your learning routine. If you're studying for 30 minutes a day and find yourself overwhelmed, or if you suddenly find yourself busy, the best thing to do is to reduce your study routine to something easier and more manageable. If you've been learning 30 minutes a day, drop down to 10 or 15 minutes. Even 5 minutes is good enough because language learning success comes with consistency. Quitting and coming back every 3 months won't work. This brings us to our next point. Number 8. Remember, learning a language is a marathon, not a sprint. Think about it. You can't cram for 5 hours and expect to remember everything you've studied. So just like with a marathon, it's okay to go slow and at your own pace, even if you're learning for just 5 minutes a day. Similarly, if you're having trouble understanding a grammar point or a lesson, don't let it bring you down. Learning a language is a marathon, a long-term game. The little points of confusion you have now are just small obstacles, and you'll fully understand them with time. So, if you're ready to finally learn a new language the fast, fun, and easy way, sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Signing up takes less than 30 seconds, and you'll start speaking from your very first lesson. If you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye! When learning a new language, we sometimes have a hard time with things like procrastination, discouragement, or failure. But don't panic. With a good strategy, you'll be able to overcome these difficulties. Are you ready to discover the 4 habits of successful learners? Number 1. Optimize your time. When learning a language, it's important to dedicate time to your studies regularly, even if sometimes it's difficult. You're busy with school, work, family, or friends, but you can spread out your learning throughout the day. Study whenever you have small gaps of time in your busy schedule. This can be when you're on the metro, on your lunch break, or while you're exercising. Our podcast learning format fits perfectly into your tight schedule. Number 2. Consistency with your chosen method. There are a lot of options when it comes to courses and learning materials. Switching from one method to another can confuse you and disrupt your progress. Focusing on one learning method will make a difference. Our method has been created and optimized by real teachers, so you can stick to it with confidence. Number 3. Use your language background. Many languages share some commonalities. You can find words that look or sound similar, or even share the same grammar structure. A little bit of language background will give you an edge while learning. Number 4. Study continuously. People are excited when they start learning a new language. The enthusiasm usually lasts until the first roadblock. This can lead to discouragement and procrastination. But don't burn yourself out. Learning a language is a marathon, not a sprint. Don't try to learn it all at once. Break things down into more digestible chunks. Learning step by step might feel slow, but it's an efficient way to learn a language. With patience, motivation, and good resources, you'll master the language. Remember, you can't learn a language overnight, but with motivation and these daily lessons, you'll be on the road to fluency. Give it a try now. Sign up for your account. Just click the link in the description.
Xin chào các bạn, Linh đã quay trở lại đây. Hello everyone, Linh is back. So if you have been studying Vietnamese for a while, I guess that you really want to say something or you want to learn something to amaze native speakers, right? And that's why I made this video today for you to show you how or some ways to impress Vietnamese people. And then today, let's get started with our video. 10 phrases to amaze native speakers.
Cảm ơn bạn nhưng thực ra tôi không phải là một người bản ngữ. Cảm ơn bạn nhưng thực ra tôi không phải là một người bản ngữ. Thank you, but I'm not a native speaker actually.
Okay, let's start with this one. Cảm ơn bạn nhưng thực ra tôi không phải là một người bản ngữ. Cảm ơn bạn nhưng thực ra tôi không phải là một người bản ngữ. Got it? Okay, so cảm ơn bạn is thank you. Nhưng is but or however. And thực ra is actually. And không phải là một người bản ngữ. So here we have native speakers is người bản ngữ or local people. So in the sentence we can say cảm ơn bạn nhưng thực ra tôi không phải là một người bản ngữ. So wow, this is really impressive. But actually, if you look like foreigners, of course we know that you're not the native speakers. But nice try, because once you say this one, we get that you really try or you've been studying really hard Vietnamese, and then you can say this one. So cảm ơn bạn nhưng thực ra tôi không phải là một người bản ngữ. Thank you, but I'm not a native speaker actually.
Tôi chỉ mất 1 năm để trở nên thành thạo. Tôi chỉ mất 1 năm để trở nên thành thạo. It took me only 1 year to become fluent.
Tôi chỉ mất 1 năm để trở nên thành thạo. It took me only 1 year to become fluent. Okay, so try to slow down. Tôi chỉ mất 1 năm để trở nên thành thạo. Tôi chỉ mất 1 năm để trở nên thành thạo. You got it? Tôi chỉ mất 1 năm để trở nên thành thạo. Okay, so tôi is me and 1 năm is 1 year. So basically, if you want to say how many years, you can just put the number before the word năm. For example, 1 năm is 1 year, 2 năm is 2 years, and 3 năm is 3 years. So in Vietnamese, we don't have singular or plural words. So you can just say the noun only, then it's fine. And fluent is thành thạo. So in the sentence, tôi chỉ mất 1 năm để trở nên thành thạo. It took me only 1 year to become fluent. Yeah, okay, this one is really impressive because normally foreigners, they have to spend around 5 years or more or less something like that, studying Vietnamese and also living or working here in Vietnam to be fluent. But if it took you only 1 year to become fluent, I have to say that it's really impressive.
Tôi sẽ nói tiếng Việt như người bản địa trong 3 năm tới. Tôi sẽ nói tiếng Việt như người bản địa trong 3 năm tới. I'll speak Vietnamese like a native speaker in 3 years.
Next one is tôi sẽ nói tiếng Việt như người bản địa trong 3 năm tới. I'll speak Vietnamese like a native speaker in 3 years. Tôi sẽ nói tiếng Việt như người bản địa trong 3 năm tới. Tôi sẽ nói tiếng Việt như người bản địa trong 3 năm tới. Easy, right? I guess that is easy for you because you've been trying so hard to study Vietnamese. Okay, so 3 năm is 3 years. As I mentioned a while ago, 1 year is 1 năm, 2 years is 2 năm, and 3 years is 3 năm. So no singular or no plural, just năm, then it's fine for every year or for how many years is up to you. So tôi sẽ nói tiếng Việt như người bản địa trong 3 năm tới. Yeah, I guess that normally it takes around 5 years more or less to become a native speaker. But especially if you have to live there and experience the local life as local people. But only 3 years, yeah, it's really fast and you will amaze native speaker for sure.
Tôi đã học tiếng Việt 10 năm rồi. Tôi đã học tiếng Việt 10 năm rồi. I've been learning Vietnamese for 10 years.
Tôi đã học tiếng Việt 10 năm rồi. I've been learning Vietnamese for 10 years. Tôi đã học tiếng Việt 10 năm rồi. Tôi đã học tiếng Việt 10 năm rồi. Okay, so if you want to speak as a native speaker, then you're supposed to say quickly. Tôi đã học tiếng Việt 10 năm rồi. Okay, so here we have tôi is I and đã is something happened in the past. So in Vietnamese, we don't have so many past tenses as English, but only one word đã you put before the verb, then is going to represent for every past tenses. For example, đã học is I have learned, or I have been learning, or I learned. Or đã ăn is I ate, or I have eaten. So remember, just only one word đã before the verb, then is going to be the past. So here we have tôi đã học tiếng Việt 10 năm rồi. Of course, tiếng Việt is Vietnamese language. Vietnamese, tiếng Việt. So tôi đã học tiếng Việt 10 năm rồi. That means you've been studying Vietnamese, and also you've been living in Vietnam for quite long. And I have to say that if you study Vietnamese for that long, then you're supposed to be a really Vietnamese linguistic.
Tôi có thể xem phim Việt Nam mà không cần phụ đề. Tôi có thể xem phim Việt Nam mà không cần phụ đề. I can watch Vietnamese movies without subtitles.
Tôi có thể xem phim Việt Nam mà không cần phụ đề. I can watch Vietnamese movie without subtitles. Tôi có thể xem phim Việt Nam mà không cần phụ đề. Tôi có thể xem phim Việt Nam mà không cần phụ đề. Okay, so here we have phim Việt Nam is Vietnamese movie. In Vietnamese, we don't use Vietnamese for the adjective when talking about something belongs to Vietnam. But phim Việt Nam is different. You have to use phim as movie, and Vietnam is Vietnamese. So phim Việt Nam, Vietnamese movie. Okay, and without is không. So basically, không is no, but it also can use for without. Phụ đề is subtitles, of course. So tôi có thể xem phim Việt Nam mà không cần phụ đề. It's like I can watch Vietnamese movie without or no need subtitles, because cần is need. So mà không cần is without. Okay, so seriously, if you watch movie, Vietnamese movie with Vietnamese subtitles, and you understand, it's really impressive, of course. But if you watch Vietnamese movie without subtitles, I have to say that you really speak Vietnamese like a native speaker. Then it's really amazing.
Tôi có thể nhắn tin bằng tiếng Việt có dấu. Tôi có thể nhắn tin bằng tiếng Việt có dấu. I can send text message in Vietnamese with the tone marks.
Tôi có thể nhắn tin bằng tiếng Việt có dấu. I can send text message in Vietnamese with the tone marks. Tôi có thể nhắn tin bằng tiếng Việt có dấu. Tôi có thể nhắn tin bằng tiếng Việt có dấu. Okay, so here nhắn tin is texting. Nhắn tin. Tiếng Việt is of course Vietnamese, and có dấu. Dấu here is the tone mark, the one that we have in Vietnamese. That also decides the accent of Vietnamese. Is really strong sometimes, and I have questioned my foreigner friend that how does Vietnamese sound like when we speak Vietnamese to each other? We Vietnamese speaking Vietnamese to each other, and he said that it sounds like you guys are fighting, or it's up down like this, and it's really funny because I have no idea how Vietnamese sounds like when we speak Vietnamese, because we get used to it. But if you say that tôi có thể nhắn tin bằng tiếng Việt có dấu, so that means you can not only speak Vietnamese but also you can write really well, because the tone mark, I have to say, that it's not easy to see the difference. Of course, it's really different, but for foreigner, it's not easy at all. So tôi có thể nhắn tin bằng tiếng Việt có dấu. Impressing.
Tiếng Việt rất thú vị và dễ học. Tiếng Việt rất thú vị và dễ học. Vietnamese is fun and easy to learn.
Tiếng Việt rất thú vị và dễ học. Vietnamese is fun and easy to learn. Tiếng Việt rất thú vị và dễ học. You got it? So tiếng Việt is Vietnamese, and actually here sometimes in Vietnamese we don't use to be verb like something Vietnamese is or Vietnamese is something, but we can just use the word rất. Rất is very or really. So this one is going to represent for the to be verb, then you can just use the verb, use the word rất, then it's fine. So tiếng Việt rất thú vị và dễ học. Thú vị is fun or exciting, and dễ học is easy to learn. Dễ is easy, học is learn. So here we don't have to use preposition as to, but only dễ học, then it's fine. It's like learning easily, something like that. So tiếng Việt rất thú vị và dễ học. Okay, so if you see Vietnamese is fun, I agree, because sometimes in Vietnamese we don't have any rule or we don't have any specific way to express one opinion or one idea, but sometimes we use so many ways. Especially, it really depends on your flexibility or your knowledge about Vietnamese or your personality also. So if you want to say that Vietnamese is fun, I guess that it's really fun sometimes, and I have to say that it's really challenging. But if you say that it's easy, I don't think so. But because you say Vietnamese is fun and easy, tiếng Việt rất vui và dễ học, then I have to say that you're really good on it.
Ngoài biết tiếng Việt, tôi cũng có thể nói một số ngôn ngữ khác nữa. Ngoài biết tiếng Việt, tôi cũng có thể nói một số ngôn ngữ khác nữa. Apart from knowing Vietnamese, I can speak a few other languages as well.
Ngoài biết tiếng Việt, tôi cũng có thể nói một số ngôn ngữ khác nữa. Apart from knowing Vietnamese, I can speak a few other languages as well. Ngoài biết tiếng Việt, tôi cũng có thể nói một số ngôn ngữ khác nữa. Okay, so here we have ngoài is a side of or a part of. Biết tiếng Việt is knowing Vietnamese. Tiếng Việt is Vietnamese, and cũng is as well or to or also. So you can use cũng for all of them. Tôi cũng có thể, I also can, or I can as well. Okay? Nói một số ngôn ngữ khác nữa. Here we have một số ngôn ngữ khác nữa. Một số ngôn ngữ khác, some other languages or some different languages. Okay, so this one I have to say that really impressing, because not only Vietnamese but also you can speak other languages. But yeah, I've heard that some people, they really enjoy studying languages, and once they already can speak one language or two languages, then they will know about the rule or the grammar, the common things in grammar, or the common rules between languages. So I have to say that if you can speak also other languages, then I think you're really talented, not only in Vietnamese but in language. So you absolutely can be a linguistic. Ngoài biết tiếng Việt, tôi cũng có thể nói một số ngôn ngữ khác nữa.
Tôi đang tự học tiếng Việt. Tôi đang tự học tiếng Việt. I'm learning Vietnamese all by myself.
Tôi đang tự học tiếng Việt. I'm learning Vietnamese all by myself. Tôi đang tự học tiếng Việt. Tôi đang tự học tiếng Việt. So here you will see the word đang, okay? So đang is representing for the present continuous. So for example, the word đã is representing for the past, but Đang is representing for present continuous. So you can just put the word đang before the verb, then it's okay. You don't have to conjugate the verb anymore. Okay, so tôi đang tự học tiếng Việt. Of course, Vietnamese is tiếng Việt, and tự học is self-study or learning by yourself. Okay, so this one is really impressive because I have to say that it's really hard to find the resource or the document to study Vietnamese online. So if you say that you can study by yourself without any other support or any help, then it's really talented, and you are not only good in language but also in analyzing, because Vietnamese grammar is very difficult. Tôi đang tự học tiếng Việt.
Tôi hoàn toàn hiểu rõ tất cả mọi thứ bạn nói. Tôi hoàn toàn hiểu rõ tất cả mọi thứ bạn nói. I completely understood everything you said.
Tôi hoàn toàn hiểu rõ tất cả mọi thứ bạn nói. I completely understand everything you said. Tôi hoàn toàn hiểu rõ tất cả mọi thứ bạn nói. Tôi hoàn toàn hiểu rõ tất cả mọi thứ bạn nói. Okay, so hoàn toàn here is completely or absolutely. Hoàn toàn. And hiểu is understand, or hiểu rõ is understand clearly. Rõ here is clear, clearly. And tất cả mọi thứ is everything, or you can just use tất cả or mọi thứ, then it's fine. But if you say tất cả mọi thứ, then it's going to be really strong, much stronger than only tất cả. So bạn nói is what you said. Okay, so I completely understood everything you said. Tôi hoàn toàn hiểu tất cả mọi thứ bạn nói. Okay, it's done, I guess. And 10 phrases to amaze native speakers. 10 phrases to amaze Vietnamese people. So I have to say that if you can speak all of this, is really talented. Not only you're good in Vietnamese, but also you're understand very well about our culture, our music, our tone mark, which is not easy to foreigner at all. Here we have today this video 10 phrases to amaze native speakers, and thank you very much for watching the video. And if you have any questions or recommendations, or if you want to study or to learn anything else about Vietnamese, especially the language or the culture, just let me know in the comment below. Also, please don't forget to like the video, subscribe the channel, and visit the website VietnamesePod101.com to learn more Vietnamese with us. Thank you so much again, and see you next time. Hi YouTube, welcome back. Thank you so much for watching the videos and leaving the comments, because it really helps me to improve my videos. So for today, actually I'm a foodie person. I'm not a fussy eater, but actually, do you know there's some kind of food that can kill you quickly? Let's see what we have to avoid. But of course in Vietnamese, 10 foods that can kill you faster.
Thịt xông khói. Thịt xông khói. Bacon.
Thịt xông khói. Thịt xông khói. Thịt xông khói. Bacon. Okay, so here thịt is meat or pork in general, and xông khói means smoked. Smoked. So thịt xông khói, bacon. And actually it's really delicious. It's good for bread, it's good for sandwich, it's good for hamburger, but it's not good at all because it has a lot of fat, the bad kind, so you shouldn't eat too much. So in sentence you can say, anh ấy rất thích ăn thịt xông khói. Anh ấy rất thích ăn thịt xông khói. He likes eating bacon a lot. Or something else, thịt xông khói rất ngon nhưng có nhiều chất béo. Thịt xông khói rất ngon nhưng có nhiều chất béo. Bacon is yummy, but it has a lot of fat. Thịt xông khói rất ngon nhưng có nhiều chất béo.
Nước uống tăng lực. Nước uống tăng lực. Energy drinks.
Nước uống tăng lực. Energy drinks. Nước uống tăng lực. Nước uống tăng lực. Okay, so energy drinks is how to say it's good for you sometimes when you want to stay awake or if you need to stay awake for work. But actually it's not good for your health at all because it might cause you dependence or poor sleep, and because of that I try to reduce as much as possible. I only take very few if I need to. So in sentence you will say nhiều người nghĩ nước uống tăng lực có lợi cho sức khỏe. Nhiều người nghĩ nước uống tăng lực có lợi cho sức khỏe. Many people think that energy drinks are good for one's health. Nhiều người nghĩ nước uống tăng lực có lợi cho sức khỏe, but actually it's not.
Thịt đã qua chế biến. Thịt đã qua chế biến. Processed meat.
Thịt đã qua chế biến. Processed meat. Thịt đã qua chế biến. Thịt đã qua chế biến. Okay, so processed meat contains various chemical compounds which are not really or naturally present in fresh meat, and some of them are harmful to your body. So because of that, if you keep eating it for a long time, it might increase the risk of chronic disease, especially cancer. So if you don't want cancer, just don't eat it. So in sentence, you can say if someone invites you to buy or to eat that tôi không muốn ăn thịt đã qua chế biến. Tôi không muốn ăn thịt đã qua chế biến. I don't want to eat processed meat. Tôi không muốn ăn thịt đã qua chế biến. Okay?
Các bữa ăn đông lạnh. Các bữa ăn đông lạnh. Frozen meals.
Các bữa ăn đông lạnh. Frozen meals. Các bữa ăn đông lạnh. Các bữa ăn đông lạnh. Okay, so các bữa ăn đông lạnh or thực phẩm đông lạnh are frozen meals. So if you are watching sodium, you should especially carefully about frozen meals or frozen dinners because some of them are loaded with fat, calories or sodium. So in sentence, nhiều người thường mua bữa ăn đông lạnh vì họ quá bận. Nhiều người thường mua bữa ăn đông lạnh vì họ quá bận. Many people buy frozen meals because they are too busy. Nhiều người thường mua bữa ăn đông lạnh vì họ quá bận.
Khoai tây chiên giòn. Khoai tây chiên giòn. Potato chips.
Khoai tây chiên giòn. Potato chips. Khoai tây chiên giòn. Khoai tây chiên giòn. Okay, I know this one. Everybody likes chips, but actually chips are typically high in fat and calories, which is, you know, already, right? So in sentence, you can say, trẻ em rất thích khoai tây chiên giòn. Kids like potato chips a lot. Trẻ em rất thích khoai tây chiên giòn. Trẻ em rất thích khoai tây chiên giòn.
Bơ thực vật. Bơ thực vật. Margarine.
Okay, bơ thực vật is margarine, but actually bơ is butter and thực vật is vegetable. You know that? So margarine is very high in bad fat and low in good fat, and also lacking in vitamin and minerals. So because of that, it's very affordable. Sometimes it's very cheap, and therefore many restaurants are using margarine to reduce their cost. So in Vietnamese, if you want to speak about this, you can say nhiều hàng ăn dùng bơ thực vật để giảm chi phí. Nhiều hàng ăn dùng bơ thực vật để giảm chi phí. Many restaurants use margarine to reduce cost. Nhiều hàng ăn dùng bơ thực vật để giảm chi phí.
Bỏng ngô vi sóng. bỏng ngô vi sóng, microwave popcorn.
Bỏng ngô vi sóng, microwave popcorn. Bỏng ngô vi sóng, bỏng ngô vi sóng. Okay, so bỏng ngô is popcorn and vi sóng is microwave. So bỏng ngô vi sóng, microwave popcorn. A study has found that an acid can be extracted from the chemical in the plastic bag of microwave popcorn, which causes cancer in animals and is likely cause cancer in humans too. However, people usually buy microwave popcorn for convenience. And if you want to say this one in Vietnamese, you can say mọi người thường mua bỏng ngô vi sóng cho tiện. Mọi người thường mua bỏng ngô vi sóng cho tiện. People usually buy microwave popcorn for convenience. Mọi người thường mua bỏng ngô vi sóng cho tiện.
Mì ăn liền, mì ăn liền, instant noodles.
Mì ăn liền, instant noodles. Mì ăn liền, mì ăn liền. Okay, so everybody said that instant noodle is not good for your body, your health, your skins, and it's very cheap, so it's not high quality. Okay, agree, but you know, spicy instant noodle with kimchi is amazing. I have to say that. So, but anyway, it's not good for your health. And in sentence, you can say, sinh viên thường ăn mì ăn liền để tiết kiệm tiền. College student often eat instant noodles to save money. Sinh viên thường ăn mì ăn liền để tiết kiệm tiền. Sinh viên thường ăn mì ăn liền để tiết kiệm tiền.
Kẹo, kẹo, candy.
Kẹo, candy. Kẹo. Okay, so this word has the tone mark dấu nặng. Because of that, you have to pronounce very strong. Kẹo. Okay? Kẹo. So if you are eating candy every day, you may not eat enough of foods necessary for your good health. So because of that, you must say to yourself every day that ăn nhiều kẹo sẽ bị sâu răng. Eating too much candy can give you cavities. Ăn nhiều kẹo sẽ bị sâu răng. Ăn nhiều kẹo sẽ bị sâu răng. Okay, so remember.
Soda, soda, soda.
Soda, 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 because the O sound in Vietnamese is O and A sound in Vietnamese is A. So soda. Is soda best for your health? My answer is sure. I think so, because some would say that anything in moderation is okay, but when it comes to soda, the amount of sugar and additives is so high that I don't think moderation even exists. So in sentence, you can say that trẻ con không nên uống quá nhiều soda. Kids shouldn't drink too much soda. Trẻ con không nên uống quá nhiều soda. Trẻ con không nên uống quá nhiều soda. Okay, that's all for today. 10 foods that can kill you faster. I love some of them, but actually I have no choice but sacrifice if I want to live longer or healthier, of course. And if you have any questions or recommendations, just let me know in the comment below, okay? Please also don't forget to like the video, subscribe the channel, and visit the website vietnamesepod101.com to learn more Vietnamese. Thank you so much for watching the video and see you next time. Lịch, calendar. Lịch, lịch, calendar. Tôi đã đánh dấu ngày kỷ niệm của chúng tôi trên lịch. I marked our anniversary on the calendar. Tôi đã đánh dấu ngày kỷ niệm của chúng tôi trên lịch. Thứ hai, Monday. Thứ hai, thứ hai, Monday. Tuần làm việc bắt đầu vào thứ hai. The work week starts on Monday. Tuần làm việc bắt đầu vào thứ hai. Thứ ba, Tuesday. Thứ ba, thứ ba, Tuesday. Ngày 1 tháng 1 năm nay rơi vào thứ ba. January 1st falls on a Tuesday this year. Ngày 1 tháng 1 năm nay rơi vào thứ ba. Thứ tư, Wednesday. Thứ tư, thứ tư, Wednesday. Chúng tôi chơi bài ở nhà tôi vào tối thứ tư hàng tuần. Wednesday nights we play poker at my house. Chúng tôi chơi bài ở nhà tôi vào tối thứ tư hàng tuần. Thứ năm, Thursday. Thứ năm, thứ năm, Thursday. Ngày mai là thứ tư và ngày kia là thứ năm. Tomorrow is Wednesday and the day after tomorrow is Thursday. Ngày mai là thứ tư và ngày kia là thứ năm. Thứ sáu, Friday. Thứ sáu, thứ sáu, Friday. Hãy viết kế hoạch của ngày thứ sáu lên lịch. Write the plans for Friday on the calendar. Hãy viết kế hoạch của ngày thứ sáu lên lịch. Thứ bảy, Saturday. Thứ bảy, thứ bảy, Saturday. Không có kế hoạch gì cho thứ bảy. No plans for Saturday. Không có kế hoạch gì cho thứ bảy. Chủ nhật, Sunday. Chủ nhật, chủ nhật, Sunday. Chủ nhật là ngày của cha. Sunday is Father's Day. Chủ nhật là ngày của cha. Làm, do. Làm, làm, do. Tôi có quá nhiều việc để làm. I have so much work to do. Tôi có quá nhiều việc để làm. đi, go, đi, đi, go. Họ đi Los Angeles. The people go to Los Angeles. Họ đi Los Angeles. Lịch, calendar. Thứ hai, Monday. Thứ ba, Tuesday. Thứ tư, Wednesday. Thứ năm, Thursday. Thứ sáu, Friday. Thứ bảy, Saturday. Chủ nhật, Sunday. Làm, do. Đi, go.
Hi everyone, I'm Alicia. Welcome to Conversational Phrases. We've found that the best way to learn a language is to speak it from day one. And the best way to start speaking is to learn phrases that you'll use in real conversations. In this lesson, we'll learn conversational phrases to answer the question, what kind of movies do you like? After watching this video, you'll be able to talk about movies and ask other people about their favorite kinds of movies. And if you want to learn more vocabulary, phrases, and example sentences you can use in real-life situations, click the link in the description to download your Talking About Movies and TV PDF cheat sheet for free. Now, let's take a look at some conversational phrases.
Listen to the dialogue.
Bạn thích xem phim gì?
Tôi thích phim kinh dị.
Once more with the English translation.
Bạn thích xem phim gì?
What kind of movies do you like?
Tôi thích phim kinh dị.
I like horror movies. First of all, you'll need to learn how to say, what kind of movies do you like? That's,
Bạn thích xem phim gì?
listen to it again.
Bạn thích xem phim gì? Bạn thích xem phim gì?
Now, how do you answer this question? The pattern is
Tôi thích.
type of movie. I like type of movie. For example, I like horror movies.
Tôi thích phim kinh dị. Tôi thích phim kinh dị.
Here are a few more kinds of movies you can use with the same pattern to talk about movies. Horror movies,
Phim kinh dị. Phim kinh dị.
comedy movies,
Phim hài. Phim hài.
fantasy movies,
Phim viễn tưởng. Phim viễn tưởng.
romance movies,
Phim tình cảm lãng mạn. Phim tình cảm lãng mạn.
Let's look at some examples. Listen and repeat or speak along with the native speakers.
Bạn thích xem phim gì?
Tôi thích phim hài.
Bạn thích xem phim gì?
Tôi thích phim viễn tưởng.
Bạn thích xem phim gì?
Tôi thích phim tình cảm lãng mạn.
Okay, now it's your turn. Do you remember how to say, "What kind of movies do you like?"
Bạn thích xem phim gì?
Imagine you like comedies. Do you remember how to say comedy?
Phim hài. Phim hài.
Say, "I like comedies."
Tôi thích phim hài.
Now answer the question saying that you like comedies.
Bạn thích xem phim gì?
Tôi thích phim hài.
Now imagine that you like fantasy movies. Do you remember how to say fantasy?
Phim viễn tưởng. Phim viễn tưởng.
Say, "I like fantasy movies."
Tôi thích phim viễn tưởng.
Now, answer the question saying you like fantasy movies.
Bạn thích xem phim gì?
Tôi thích phim viễn tưởng.
Now imagine you like romantic movies. Do you remember how to say romantic?
Phim tình cảm lãng mạn. Phim tình cảm lãng mạn.
Say, "I like romantic movies."
Tôi thích phim tình cảm lãng mạn.
Now answer the question saying you like romantic movies.
Bạn thích xem phim gì?
Tôi thích phim tình cảm lãng mạn.
In this lesson, you learned new vocabulary and phrases you can use in your everyday life to talk about movies. You are now able to talk about types of movies like a native speaker. Start by practicing in the comments below. Tell us what your favorite kind of movie is. Lastly, don't forget to click the link in the description and download your PDF cheat sheets. You'll get useful phrases you need for everyday life for free. See you in the next lesson. Bye! Okay, today's topic is 4 rules for staying motivated with language learning. You're going to learn 1. The mistake people make with motivation, 2. The 4 rules for motivation, and 3. How you can apply the 4 rules to your language learning. Do you wish you were more motivated about language learning? You watch motivational videos, you feel good for a second, but none of it sticks. This lesson may have some tips to help you. First, listen up. Here are this month's new lessons and resources. First, the 24-hour survival phrases cheat sheet. Traveling and want to learn a bit of the language? Then these survival phrases will help you with the first 24 hours. Second, the ultimate listening video master course. How good are your listening skills? Watch this free video master course to more easily understand native speakers. You can download it right now. Third, the 50 most common verbs all beginners must know. Do you know all of these verbs? If not, this lesson will drill the 50 most common verbs into your head. Just use the free audio slideshow tool inside. And fourth, 20 strategies for learning a language at home. Want to learn a language from the comfort of your own home? This 1-minute lesson gives you all the best tactics for learning languages. To get your free resources, click the link in the description below right now. They're yours to keep forever. Okay, let's jump into today's topic. 4 rules for staying motivated with language learning. Want to know how to really stay motivated? Then listen closely to these 4 rules. These rules might be a little different from the advice that you often hear. Ready? Rule number 1, action comes first. Are you the type of person who prefers to make things happen? Or are you the type that waits for things to happen to you? One of the best ways to stay motivated with language learning is to not think about motivation. Instead, take action and start learning. The mistake that most people make is that they have this backwards. They think they should wait to feel motivated first and then start learning. But really, it's the other way around. First, you do a language lesson. You learn a basic conversation. Then you do another. And then you start feeling like you can do more and learn more. You see results. So results bring motivation. Thinking about motivation does not bring motivation. Thinking about motivation is like reading an article about how to go outside for a run instead of actually going outside for a run. So action comes first. Rule number 2, always have an outside influence. It's very easy to lose motivation if you're learning language alone. So what do? Here are some examples. You get a study buddy. You hire a tutor. You join a meetup group. You plan a trip to a country where people speak that language. Or you sign up for a proficiency test, like many language learners do. Why do this? Because now you have other people depending on you. You have outside factors that keep you going with the language. For example, if you signed up for a language proficiency test, you know you have a few months to study and you have to take the test on a certain date. Someone is going to pass or fail you. This is a lot more motivating than learning alone. If you're learning with our program, you can get your own teacher with the Premium Plus plan. They'll hold you accountable, send you homework, and give you feedback. If you have a study buddy, well, now you have someone that expects you to show up and improve. And if they're better than you, that should give you extra motivation because you want to be at their level. So get some outside influence. The next rule is rule number 3. Always have a go-to study method. When you arrive at work or the gym, or when you start your homework, you always have that one thing you do first, right? What do? For example, with work, maybe the very first thing you do is check emails. Then you check your tasks for the week. After that, you get started. Well, you need to make the same kind of habits with language learning. You need a go-to study method that you're comfortable with, an easy starting point. And this totally depends on you and your style. Choose something you enjoy. Some people listen to audio lessons. Some people like flashcards. For some people, writing is easy. You can write out song lyrics and translate them. It's up to you. The point is, you should give yourself an easy first step to get you started and get into the flow of learning. If you're learning with our program, you can start with the word of the day email or do a quick 3-minute audio lesson. You can copy out the lesson dialogue, read through the lesson notes, or even easier, just review and re-listen to a lesson you took the day before. If you have your own go-to study method, you're already miles ahead of most learners. Leave a comment and tell us about it. And finally, rule number 4, always be working on something. So here, I want you to stop and think about your friends. Do you have a friend that's always up to something? Some project? They're working on a song, or they're making videos. They finish one thing and they start another. Well, if you wonder how they stay motivated, it's because they're always working on something. And this goes back to taking action. If you're not learning or working, you can't stay motivated. So you need to apply this to language learning. How? For example, like I mentioned in part 2 about outside influence, you can make a plan to travel to a country that speaks your target language. Or you can sign up for a language proficiency test. If you do that, you'll have something to look forward to, something to do. If you're traveling, you need to learn travel phrases. If you have a proficiency test coming up, you have to study grammar and do exercises. What else can you do? If you already have a textbook or workbook, make it a goal to finish that book. If you have a learning program, make it a goal to finish it or reach a certain level. If you're using our lessons, make it a goal to finish one learning pathway. Then, when you're done, give yourself something else to do, something to stick with, something to look forward to. So, let's recap. 1. Action comes first. 2. Always have an outside influence. 3. Always have a go-to study method. And 4. Always be working on something. So, thank you for watching this episode of Monthly Review. Next time, we'll talk about how to get a return on your language learning investment. If you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. And if you're ready to finally learn language the fast, fun, and easy way, and start speaking from your very first lesson, get our complete learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account right now. Click the link in the description. See you next time. Bye! Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Vietnamese ebook before it's gone.